Guys, it's time for the weekly update of Starfield. We are currently 26 hours from the early access launch of Starfield. I'm very excited for that. It is currently the 30th, and as you can see, Steam is ready to actually preload your game, so get on that so that way you can play it as soon as possible when it releases. Now, another thing to note is about 1 hour before the launch, they actually have a Constellation Early Access Discord party. So if you do have early access, make sure to join that. I believe they're going to be doing some trivia and quizzes and just some fun games with everyone. But let's get to what they've been releasing on Twitter/X. After they had released all the timelines, they started giving more information about the people of Constellation, starting with Sarah Morgan. She's the fierce leader of Constellation, very passionate about Constellation's mission, leading through action and earning the trust and respect of her peers. And she is voiced by Emily O'Brien. Now, she is a veteran from the Colony War. While she was only a navigator, her ship saw significant combat. The trauma she experienced in battle is something she carries with her to this day. After the war, Sarah devoted her life to exploration, searching the galaxy for new worlds and new wonders to uncover. At Constellation, she found purpose, direction, and a family to share them with. Then we head up to Barrett. He is one of the first members of Constellation that you'll encounter on your adventures. His deep fascination with the universe has fueled his travels all over the galaxy and in pursuit of knowledge and new experiences. And he is voiced by Barry Wiggins. Before joining Constellation, Barrett was a UC physicist, but life in the government lab didn't suit him. He used his scientific knowledge as a tool to explore the universe and learn in the field. Barrett is an adventurer through and through. The discovery of the artifacts raises new existential questions, and he is eager to get out there and find the answers. And then they posted several videos in between these posts, which I will be covering after this. I'm just going to go through all the members and then we can watch the videos. Next up, we have Sam Coe. He's an excellent pilot and an even better dad. Having a strong sense of frontier justice, Sam believes that if helping someone means breaking the rules, so be it. And he is voiced by Elias Tufexis, and probably butchered that last name. When Sam was just a teenager, he stole a small ship and took it out on a joyride to space. One look into the vast expanse and he was hooked. From that day forward, he viewed to live life among the stars. Although Sam is a descendant from Solomon Coe, the founder of the Freestar Collective and a legendary explorer, you'd never know it. He's a champion for the little guy and prefers life on the fringes of society. Next up, we have Andreja, Constellation's newest recruit, hailing from the farthest reaches of the settled systems. Andreja is a bit of a mystery to everyone. Nobody knows where she's coming from and where she's going. And she is voiced by Sissy Jones. Beneath Andreja's seemingly cold demeanor, there is an air of mystery. Her proficiency in clandestine operations certainly raises some questions regarding her past endeavors. While her efficiency in the field is undeniable, Andreja can be fiercely independent to a fault. Vlad, an outsider himself, has been her greatest ally in helping her embrace this new UC way of life. Next, we have Matteo Catri, Constellation's resident theologian. He's committed to understanding the humanity's place in the universe through studying relics of our ancient past, and he is voiced by Carlos Valdez. Matteo made a name for himself as a young explorer by hunting down religious relics that went missing after being taken from Earth. With each artifact Constellation acquires, Matteo becomes more and more certain of his belief that there are proof to a higher divine power. Next, we have Noelle, the youngest member of Constellation. Beyond being Sarah Morgan's protege, she is a brilliant scientist in her own right and prefers to support Constellation from the comfort of her lab, and she is voiced by Dana Gourier. Noelle became enamored with Sarah Morgan's mission at Constellation after reading about her work in a scientific journal. After brief correspondence, Sarah invited her to join. Noelle has been working hard to study the artifacts her peers recover, analyzing their unique properties and theorizing their purpose. Next, we have Vlad, a former Crimson Fleet pirate with experience piloting ships in the far reaches of the settled systems. He has earned the respect and trust of his colleagues to become a pillar of Constellation, and he is voiced by Bumper Robinson. Vlad joined Constellation after helping Sarah recover the Centaurus Proclamation. A photo of Vlad and Sarah holding the recovered document hangs in the lodge to this day. In his time with the Crimson Fleet, Vlad did things he's not proud of, but Constellation gave him a new lease on life. He's found a new calling, true comrades, and the means to redeem his past. And then we have Walter Stroud. He's the co-owner of Stroud Eklund, who has used both his wealth and passion for exploration to help build Constellation to what it is today, and he is voiced by Armin Shimmerman. While some members were hesitant to let Walter join, fearing he was buying his way in, his passion and knowledge of founder Sebastian Banks proved sincere enough to gain their approval. Walter has become an important part of the team, bringing Matteo on board and funding projects like the Eye, Constellation's deep space scanner, in orbit around Jemison. And then most recently, we have Vasco, named after a famed explorer, Vasco da Gama, and Constellation's faithful robot. Constellation members are like a family to Vasco, and he does his best to bond with them and help them in any way possible. And he is voiced by Jake Green. Constellation Chair Malcolm Livingston found Vasco in Aquila City junkyard and brought him back to the lodge to be refurbished. He's been a loyal team member ever since. Vasco is one of the Lunar Robotics' earliest Model A robots, but with all of his upgrades, you'd never know it. He's fully outfitted and equipped to aid crew members in the field. Now guys, before we get to the videos, I just wanted to cover this real quick. They have like a cosplay guide. I'm not looking at the cosplay itself, but it does give us a better view of the outfits that we can get more images from, especially with this Crimson Fleet thing. I'm very interested in joining them and becoming a smuggler of some sort. So this is a very awesome looking outfit. And we also have Sarah Morgan as well, and Sam Coe. And that is it. Now let's get back to those videos. So in between, like I said, they were publishing videos in between giving details on the Constellation members. So this first one is asking if you are ready for Starfield to begin.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
So they appear to just be putting in clips from the Starfield Direct, which is nice just to remind us of some things. That was a very long 45-minute video, so there was a lot to it. And then here we have a quick little video with Starfield with early access T-5 days during when this was posted. Next, we have some things talking about our ship. So they just very briefly say you can customize your ship or steal a new one, assign a crew, and then prepare for an epic adventure.
to lift off when you are, Captain.
They also wanted a reminder, there is a night with the London Symphony Orchestra on 2 p.m. ET on September 13th. Next, they're reminding us of how are you going to tell your own story, from backgrounds and traits right down to your individual skills. Who will you become?
Any of this look familiar? Is it really?
Next, we have a premium and Constellation Edition owners who will have access to the official soundtrack and art book. Here is a quick sneak peek. I'm not going to cover this one, it's a longer video, but it does just cover some of the beautiful shots that they have as well as the music. And here we have another countdown for 3 days away for early access. That's the thing I'm interested in, is finding out what that type of magic thing is. They're definitely hyping us up there, showing off the many enemies and things we can do in the game. And that's just the stuff that they've shown so far. Now, this is another thing. So apparently they have planted 1,001 unique windows to the world, which are basically posters or other things that are referencing Starfield. You can find this in the Discord. There's windows to the world right here, and you can look at each of the places and see the many images and things across. They had like a giant bus here, as you can see. So they had a lot of stuff going around, and here you can upload them if you find them. And then here they're saying, as you explore the vastness of space, you'll make incredible discoveries. Next, they're giving us a little bit of lore, kind of more just updating based on what we currently know. They're saying, in accordance with the Treaty of Narian, the UC controls 3 star systems at the heart of humanity's earliest interstellar endeavors. Society in UC space is bound by military tradition, civic pride, and science built on the vestiges of mankind's oldest remaining history. So here you can see we got Sol, which is our solar system with Earth, Wolf, and then Alpha Centauri. So we're diving into Alpha Centauri. Here we can see there's 4 different main planets. There's Jemison that we are looking at, where you can find New Atlantis. Next, we're going over to Sol, looking at Mars, and here is, I believe it was called Cheyenne. Next, we're going to Wolf, and we're checking out Pontum. And then we have another countdown for early access. This was released yesterday. They have 4 content creators who got to go and do some activities at NASA.
Thank you very much to Bethesda and Space Camp for having us. Yeah! Make your dreams come true.
And then I'm not going to play it here just in case of copyright striking, but Imagine Dragons did write a song for Starfield called Children of the Sky. Next up, they're talking about the building in the game that you can do to make your housing and farm resources. Next, we got 3 different Freestar Collective systems line the new frontier like boundary markers of mankind's reach. Life on the edge of the settled systems is a melting pot of all kinds of people and cultures, united by a strong, independent spirit and the dream of a better life. So we're going down into Volley, looking at Volley Alpha, and here's where you will find Neon City. Next, we're going to Cheyenne. I was actually wrong. I mistaked the city for the planet, and we're looking at Aquila City. This will be the main city for the Freestar Collective. And then Narion, this is actually where the first war started between Freestar and the UC. So I want to go there and check out what type of warfare remnants there might be. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe if you guys want to get more news updates for Starfield. And then eventually I'm going to be doing lore videos. It'll be my first time doing lore videos, but I am very interested in trying that out and getting deep into Starfield's lore and history. And if there's type of builds that we can actually make in Starfield, I'll also be trying to do some sort of build videos as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the stars.